This is Hall County Sports, brought to you by Green Ford on Browns Bridge Road in Gainesville. Check out the latest deals. Remember, when you go Green Ford. By Mountain View Auto Repair, a full-service shop for all of your automotive needs. Call Danny at Mountain View Auto Repair, 770-535-7278. And by McKelvey Road United Methodist Church. Visit us on McKelvey Road in Oakwood. With 3 worship services, Kids Town, and adult small groups, McKelvey Road United Methodist Church, dedicated to transforming the world through the good news of Jesus Christ. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Hall County Sports. I'm your host, Garry Glenn. We jump into the first segment, running with football in our game of the week. A case really of total domination by Flowery Branch as they throttled Salem 54-8. Our player of the game was quarterback Candler Coker, who ran for 2 touchdowns and threw for 2 more, and he set up another one with a long run. The Times paper had him for 235 yards of total offense, running and throwing, while Jeremy Haley had 134 yards rushing, and that put him over 1,000 for the season. He had 2 touchdowns on the night as well. Chris Dilly caught a touchdown pass, as did Casey Osborne and Jamad Stevens. Backup quarterback Jackson McDonald scored the final touchdown of the night. 45 seconds left in the game. Next up for the Falcons, a date at Billy Henderson Stadium at Death Valley in Athens to face the famous Clark Central Gladiators for the Region 8 Quad A Championship. Glad's tuned up by waxing Rockdale County 44-0. Welcome to the show now, Coach Lee Shaw, who's been with us before, obviously, many times. And Lee, first of all, I got to tell you, congratulations. First time I have seen you in person play this year. I'd seen some video earlier, but first time, and I was very, very impressed. I think you have a complete football team.
I appreciate that. I thought our kids played really hard. All 3 phases of the game looked good, and being in bad weather, it was a real plus for us, really.
Well, sometimes you see a team, and one of those things is not there. Either the special teams, the offense or defense, something is. But on Friday night, in particular, your passing game was clicking. Of course, you've got that weapon with Haley in the running game. And sometimes when your black swarm was swarming so much, we really couldn't tell who made the individual hit. I mean, you get a lot of people around the ball. We do, and that's our no-name defense, really. Nobody really takes credit for anything on that side of the ball. They just like the fact that they swarm around to it, and I thought they played really well for us, gave us a chance to really play a really good football game. And then you're missing one of the great kickers that you've had in your history, but Manzo has come in and filled the role admirably. Leo's done a great job kicking the ball. He really got back on the other night in bad weather. And Lucas Arnett, about midway through the season, earned the punting position job and has done a great job for us as well. So I'm really proud of our special teams guys. And the coverage that you have, too, when they do that. I mean, it's not enough to have a great kicker. You got to have people who swarm to the ball after they kick it. Yeah, about midway through the season, we started putting all our starters back on defense and our own special teams, and gives us a chance to make plays. And we were trying to protect them early in the season, get some other guys some playing reps, and so we're tuning in for the playoffs. And you were able to play a lot of people. I think you substituted very, very freely, particularly in the fourth quarter. And your backup guys came in and did well. Absolutely. I think the first series, our offense only played 1 series, starters, and their defense as well, and then we just started rolling guys. And that helps us for the future, but it helps those kids realize they're important. They go through the grind during the week as well as the starters, and most of those guys are scout team guys, and they need rewarded. And that just helps us down the road. Well, I think it helps you in a lot of different ways, not only down the road, but even this year, it protects your starters from getting hurt in a game that's already decided. Second thing is, if somebody does get hurt, at least these guys have some game experience. That's right, and that's what we just try to do is keep them hooked mentally and physically, and just let them know they're important to this football team. And because with starters, we always tell our backup guys, you're a rolled ankle away from being the guy, and so they believe it. What's been the key to a 9-0 season, Lee? We've got good players. Number one, I'd be mistaken to sit here to say that it's just about the coaching. I do think that we have great coaches on staff. It's just a great group of guys. I mean, this is a special group. Every year we're making runs, but this group really clicks together chemistry-wise, and it's been a fun group to coach so far. So. The key to it, they stay focused. They're able to make adjustments at halftime. They play hard. They believe in what their goals are, and they play for each other. And I think that's the biggest thing, is they play for each other. All right. All that's in the past. Now you got Clark Central, all that tradition, all that stuff. Got to go play them over there at their place, traditionally a tough place to play. And their only loss was a very narrow one to a club that gave you some trouble. So total focus this week, please.
Yeah, you know, I was proud of our players last week, not overlooking Salem, to look at this Clark game that's supposedly the big matchup. So we took care of business last week. I think our guys are going to be primed on this one. I'm hoping we can put together the best game of the season, because it'll take that to beat this crew. And we were in this situation last year, you know, 9-0, playing for a region championship, and I felt like we let it slip away from us. But I think we've got a good football team this year. I think we can compete, and I think we can go over to Athens and play a good football game.
Lee, good luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Talk to you again soon.
All right.
Okay. In other football, Gainesville goes into the Region 8 AAA title tilt after shutting out West Hall 41-zip. Freshman Michael Bird ran wild with 211 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Deshaun Watson threw a touchdown pass and caught one from Trey Harrison. He had 101 yards of the 439 yards of total offense, which included the season-high 378 yards rushing. Stevens County comes to City Park for the championship game this Friday. The Indians zapped North Hall 39-14. Fumbleitis plagued the Trojans, who got 71 yards from Caleb Faulkner and 65 more and a touchdown from Imani Cross, who now has over 1,500 yards and 22 touchdowns rushing on the season. North Hall will play at Monroe area in a play-in game. Purple Hurricanes had their way with Johnson 21-0 despite a game-high 119 yards rushing from Cedric Harris. The Knights only got 24 yards of offense, though, from everybody else. That means Johnson will have a rematch with Chestatee, who fell 41-18 to Lumpkin County. Chestatee won 46-13 the first time around with Johnson earlier this season. East Hall scored the biggest upset of last Friday night as they knocked off sub-region champion Banks County 34-17. Jamon Witt came up big on senior night as he ran for 135 yards and 2 touchdowns. Also came up with an interception on defense. Cameron Davis had 111 yards and 2 scores, and he set up a 1-yard run by Edward Vergara with a 45-yard scamper. That earns the Vikes a number 3 seed and a rematch with Elbert County, who beat East Hall 48-0 earlier in the year. But Elbert did lose 17-6 to North Oconee last Friday after having won 8 straight to open their season. Congrats to Lakeview, who steadily got better and won 3 straight to end the season. The Lions wind up at 4-4 overall for the 2nd straight year after they went on the road and beat Towns County 21-0. Ted Reynolds and Mataskunis ran for a touchdown each, and Reynolds threw a 20-yard strike to John Cox for 6 more late in the game. Riverside lost to Athens Academy 44-6. Colin Patel had the only score for the Eagles, who host Prince Avenue Christian next. The unbeaten Wolverines smacked Athens Christian 29-14 this past Friday. And Gainesville Middle, at a record of 6-0, won the County Middle School Football Championship title. East Hall at 5-1 and South Hall at 4-2 were 2nd and 3rd. We're back with more sports in just a moment.
Proper maintenance is vital to the life of your car. Let the experts at Mountain View Auto Repair take care of all your vehicle needs. Owner Danny Hammock has over 50 years of experience in the automotive business and has earned a reputation of being honest and fair with his customers.
We try to treat everybody like I want to be treated. You know, that works out pretty good, and try to keep our price as low as possible to keep people coming in and give them a good price for their money. We do whatever turns up on a car, any kind of work, any kind of car, just it don't really matter. We do it all. People say, when are you going to quit and retire? I say, probably never. You know, as long as the Lord let me work, I'll probably be here working.
I've been trading with Danny at Mountain View Auto Repair for about 20 years. I've always been very happy with his work. It's very easy for me to talk with him. He doesn't talk down to me. He explains it in a manner that I can understand.
Most of my customers are like friends here. You know, I've known them so long, and I count them as, most all of them as friends to me.
Remember, when you want honest, reliable service, put Mountain View Auto Repair under your hood.
If you're tired of paying high prices, go on down and visit the good folks at Dave's Goodie Barn. The buyers for the store travel the globe, searching for the greatest deals so the savings can be passed along to you. They purchase from insurance companies due to fires, floods, and other natural disasters. Most of this merchandise is in near perfect condition. So if you're tired of paying high prices, hurry on down to Dave's Goodie Barn or visit their website at davesgoodiebarn.com. Because what's there today may be gone tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Rob Bruce. I'm the new pastor here at McEver Road United Methodist Church. And one of the things I've noticed here in Hall County is the number of churches that are here, and that is a great blessing. but it can also be a problem if you're trying to find a new church or you're investigating Christianity for the first time. There's so many churches and it seems like there's so little time. Well, we invite you to be our guest at McEver Road United Methodist. We will not give you a high-pressure approach. You can come in, make up your own mind at one of 3 of our worship services. We have 3 diverse worship services, one at 8:30, which is a gospel format service. We have a 10 o'clock service, which is not contemporary, but it's something more edgy and different, and we'd like to invite you to that if that's your style. And then at 11 o'clock, we have a traditional Methodist service. So we'd love for you to come be our guest and come and see.
We're back. I'm Gary Glenn, and this is Hall County Sports. State cross-country meet coming up this Saturday in Carrollton, and it was domination by North Hall at the 8 AAA region meet at Unicoi last week as the Trojans took both team titles, boys and girls. In fact, the North Hall boys took the first 5 places, and the top 2 runners broke the course record, which had been set by another Trojan runner before. Running what he called the best race of his life, champ Brandon Lawson smashed Nolan Clark's 3-year-old record of 16:11 with a 15:40.77. Teammate Luis Gonzalez also came in under the old record with a 16-minute .29-second time. They were followed in order by Whit Nix, Bryce Schubert, and Tucker LoCicero. Jared Lee ran 8 for North Hall. 6 runners in the top 10. North Hall girls won it behind second place Victoria Rogers, who ran a 19:37.83, with West Hall second as a team, and they were led by individual champ Taylor Long in 19:25.39. North Hall had Madison Van Dyke run 6th, while the Lady Spartans had 2 more in the top 10, with Savannah Smith 7th and Ryan Sherry's 10th. West Hall boys will run at the state meet as a team due to their 4th place finish, led by Brandon Wynn's 9th and Junior Niquez's 10th. Chestatee girls will go in as a team. Lady War Eagles were led by Sarah Beth English's 9th place overall. As a team, the Chestatee girls ran 4th, and as I said, the West Hall boys ran 4th, qualified as a team for state. We bring to the show now senior Jimmy Gault and junior Taylor Long of the West Hall Cross Country program. Guys, congratulations, first of all, on a great year.
Yes, thank you.
Tell me a little bit about how it's gone for you this season. I keep seeing your names in the paper, or the team's doing very well. So how does it feel to be going back to state?
This year for me has been a really rough year personally, but as a team we got back to state, and I'm just thankful. All the glory has to go to God for getting us back to state, and I don't know. You mentioned that you were sick at the region meet, so it didn't run particularly well. You feeling better now? Yes, sir. I'm recovering from the flu, so hopefully it'll be out of me by state, and Saturday I'll run well.
Now, Taylor, I see you swapping back and forth with Victoria Rogers and the girl from White County all season long. Has that made you a better runner?
Personally, I think it has. They're really tough competition, and they're amazing runners. I think it's made me a lot stronger of a runner.
You see other regions as you travel to these meets outside of the area and so forth. How would you stack up the competition that you face on a week-to-week basis in this region as other regions around the state?
Well, on the boys' side, you have North Hall, who's always a powerhouse in cross country, and you have to give it to Coach Rogers and Brandon Lawson, and they're favored 3rd in state, and Brandon is one of the favorites to win state individually. So, I mean, you're running up against the state's best week to week. It just makes it a lot more fun.
What about you, Taylor? What is your hope? I mean, the girls going in as the second place in the region. How do you think the team and you personally? What's your goal?
I'm hoping to get top 10 in the state. Our team, we're hoping to get podium, which is top 4.
Right.
So, I mean, it's going to be a tough race. We're going to try our best.
But as Jimmy says, this kind of competition makes you sharp. You're not scared of anybody. You've seen the best on a week-to-week basis.
No. I mean, honestly, I think our region's one of the toughest because, I mean, we've got North Hall, we've got White County, we got Chestatee. I think it's going to be tough. What's
the course like at Carrollton? Tell me about that again.
The Carrollton course is a pretty tough course. It's a good 5K course. You got some hills, you got some flat parts, but it's mostly hilly, so it's a good, tough course, and it's spectator friendly.
What are you going to do anything after this? Are you going to go try to run in college? I know you're a senior, you're a junior, you got another year.
Yeah, I would love to run in college, and I have some schools I'm looking at right now, but there's no really big favorite right now, so anywhere is open.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for coming in. Taylor, good luck. Jimmy, good luck to the Spartans, both individually and as a team.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Now, Gainesville's Sarah Hayes out of Region 8 AAA will go in as an individual after running 4th overall. A Flowery branch in Quad A sending both teams to state, the boys as Region 8 Quad A champs, the girls as runners-up. Drew Garland won the individual title with Luis Terran in 4th and Taylor Fiorello 5th, with Nick Ashmean, Austin Weber, and Cody Papp also reported in the top 10 for the region champion boys. As I said, the Branch girls were second behind Windabera with 5 Lady Falcons, Kayla Robles, Lauren Kirk, Brittany Wells, Cassie Ward, and Megan Kirk in the top 10. Quad A State also in Carrollton. And for the second straight year, the Lakeview boys have qualified for the Class A state meet. The Lions ran 4th last week, led by Dustin Snyder's 5th, Dalton Snyder's 11th, and Louis Brooks' 12th. Now, we mentioned the other day also that South Hall Middle had won the County Boys Cross Country Championship. Turns out Gainesville won the girls' side. Individually, Ricardo Castorita and Edgar Alvarez of West Hall Middle School finished 1-2 for the boys, while for the girls, Brianna Fair of Gainesville Middle won it, with Megan Drew of Chestatee Academy in second place. We're going to take you to the Octagon when we come back.
There are moments in life that you wish would last forever. Dreams that really do come true. Treasures worth protecting. And a future to prepare for. Turner Wood & Smith is with you every step of the way. Established in the Gainesville area in 1905. Turner Wood & Smith has become Northeast Georgia's largest independent insurance agency by offering professional service at competitive prices. Turner Wood & Smith, insuring your future since 1905.
Your one-stop spot for complete auto repair is the Auto Works shop on Sprout Springs Road. On everything from oil changes to brakes, new and used tires and tune-ups, even the big jobs like transmissions. The specialists at the Auto Works can have you up and running just like that. Talk about value. The Auto Works will not be undersold on used tires or any locally priced repair job. Ask about special discounts for students and teachers with your ID. That's the Auto Works at 6671 Spout Springs Road, just past Flowery Branch High and Spout Springs Elementary Schools. Phone 770-967-1732.
Hi, I'm Rob Bruce. I'm the pastor here at McEver Road United Methodist Church. And I was thinking this morning about how complicated life is. We have a lot of choices to make in life and not a whole lot of guidelines to do it sometimes. It's like being a parent. You know, I'd hoped when I was a parent that our kids would come into the world with their instructions printed on their bottom, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. And parenting is so much guesswork. I'm amazed that we hear so many people talk on TV, and we can go into the bookstores and see the books and the folks on TVs that have all the answers, but you and I know that they don't have all the answers. And the answers aren't as simple as they tell us sometimes, that all you have to do is smile just right or say this thing or feed your children this and everything will be all right. You know, Jesus gathered with his followers after he was raised from the dead on a mountain in Galilee. And in Matthew 28, it tells us in verse 17 that even then some doubted. And I think that's interesting that the church was formed with some doubt in it. We don't have all the answers. We have some answers, but we don't have all of them. And if you'd like to be part of a community that doesn't have all the answers, but that can help you be at peace with the questions, well, then we invite you to join us at McEver Road. We invite you to come by and visit us at one of our worship services. Won't you come and see?
If you are looking for a quality used car, then look no further than the car store on McEver Road between Gainesville and Beaufort. You won't find clunkers or junkers at the car store, just vehicles you'll be proud to own. At the car store, they can finance you on the spot, no matter what your credit is. They have a variety of plans. You can even phone your payments in. At the car store, they've been giving outstanding service to the community for over 20 years. At the car store, everybody rides.
Come on down to the car store. We can make you happy. My name's Bob Watson, and I guarantee it.
There are hundreds of options when choosing apparel or promotional items at J. Geyer Advertising and the Trophy Case. We're all about quality and competitive pricing. Sports items are in stock. Look for special pricing on Letterman jackets, corporate apparel, corporate gifts, and custom embroidery. All local high schools should check out the line of spirit wear and trophies. We're also offering custom screen printing available for any team sport. Be on the winning side when you choose J. Geyer Advertising and the Trophy Case, locally owned and operated at 250 Dawsonville Highway, Gainesville. Call 770-718-0062 or on the web at jgeyer.com and trophycaseltd.com.
We are back. I'm Gary Glenn, and this is Hall County Sports. For this segment, we turn to the world of mixed martial arts. Out of Cage Brawl 7 in Kingsport, Tennessee, we've got a couple of our local guys here that trained at the Iron Beast Barbell, the mixed martial arts team out of there, and they went up there and going to tell us all about it. Stephen Pennywise Flanagan to my far left over there, and closest to me, Andrew Cowboy Mills. Now, guys, first of all, Stephen, you're looking at doing this for a living, right?
Yes,
to go pro. So, and your background is that, and I see the green hat. You were a Trojan, played football and wrestled up at North Hall. So, how did you get involved in mixed martial arts?
Well, I wrestled in high school, and so as a wrestler, I watched it because of the wrestling it had in it. But after school, I just started getting out of shape, and so I was like, looked at one of my friends, I was like, I need to get in shape. So he took me to the gym, and I just instantly fell in love with it because I didn't get in trouble for hitting anybody.
What you would in wrestling, I understand that. So I understand now, but you've got a little bit of a different path to this. Now, you're not even originally from Georgia, right?
No, sir. I grew up in a little town with one flashing red light out in Kansas called Stillwell, Kansas. I moved down here to the Lawrenceville area when I was 15 years old. Been in college up in Dahlonega at North Georgia College. I went active duty Army, was in North Carolina for a couple years, and now I'm back. And while I'm here, I figured I needed something to keep me in shape, and why not hit a few people while I'm doing it? So,
But what attracted you to that? Now, I know Stephen is a football player, wrestler, both of which are rather violent sports. Now, did you do any kind of sports when you were coming up?
When I was growing up, I did every sport I could get my hands on. I went to a tiny little private school, so we didn't have a football team, but basketball, baseball, street hockey with my friends. If it was a sport, if it had a ball or a puck, I would play it. I was all about sports, just, really active kid, but I was scared to death when I was younger. You got to understand, people in Kansas are just bigger than people out here. And when I was growing up, I was just scared to death to get in a fight with anybody. And I ended up, when I very first started going to a military school, I started learning a little bit of the Army Combatives program, and it was kind of it started just as a self-defense thing that I was interested in, and then I realized that I was just good at it, and I really enjoyed it. And I just kept doing it, kept training, kept getting better. Got to the point when I was in the Army that I was actually an instructor for the Army Combatives program. I had a buddy of mine that was a professional, and I used to train with him 6 nights a week, 2 hours a night. And so I just got to the point where I was just in really good shape. I really liked doing it. Any tournaments or competitions we'd have, I'd jump on those. And I just really missed it since I got out of the Army and hadn't been able to find a place to be training. And once I met these guys down here at Iron Beast, they got a great program going. They're really great guys, and I've really enjoyed being there. And Micah asked me, he said, are you interested in fighting? And so I said yes, and he was like, well, I got to fight for you in about 30 days. Get ready. So so we went down there and came away with a win. So
yeah. Now up in Tennessee, you won, and Stephen, you lost. Was that your first loss?
No, sir. That will make my third loss.
Third loss. Okay. So this is a sport where literally you have to take your lumps a little while, huh?
Yes, sir.
There's no such thing as an undefeated fighter. You will not find one. Even Muhammad Ali got beat.
Yeah, well, pretty much. Or if you did, you just quit before you had that first loss. A lot of people stick around. What attracts you to the most about mixed martial arts, Stephen?
People say I'm crazy for it, but there's a rush you get when you get hit in the face. It lets you know you're alive. That and the competition that you have to have. You got to compete with everybody just to get better. Even in the gym, my training partners, when I train with Andrew, when we grapple, it's just like we want to be the best person that we can be, and to be the best, you got to pretty much beat the best. And so,
before you leave, I got to ask you about this. Now, your fighting nickname is Pennywise. Now, that's from a Stephen King story.
Yes, sir.
How did you get that, or how did you adopt that persona?
At first, it was like, I'm scared to death of clowns, so I'm not wearing a clown mask. Like, every Halloween, my parents would buy a clown mask and just scare the living daylights out of me with it. And so, just growing up, being scared of them, I figured I'm pretty scared when I go into a fight. So to overcome that fear, I put on the clown mask, which I'm scared of. So to overcome that fear, I can fight. So.
It makes sense in a convoluted kind of way. Now, I understand he had a really cool entry up in Tennessee.
His entry was pretty darn cool. He came out with his clown mask on. He had the Hannibal Lecter mask over the clown mask. He had a straight jacket on, and we put him on a dolly and wheeled him out on down stage.
A lot of this is about image, isn't it, huh?
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. Stephen Flanagan, appreciate it very much. Good luck to you. And Andrew, good luck not only in your fighting, but in pursuing your law degree as well.
Appreciate it.
Okay, all right. A couple of our guys from the Iron Beast Barbell Combative team. We're back to wrap it up in just a moment.
Proper maintenance is vital to the life of your car. Let the experts at Mountain View Auto Repair take care of all your vehicle needs. Owner Danny Hammock has over 50 years of experience in the automotive business and has earned a reputation of being honest and fair with his customers.
We try to treat everybody like I want to be treated. You know, that works out pretty good, and try to keep our price as low as possible to keep people coming in and give them a good price for their money. We do whatever turns up on a car, any kind of work, any kind of car, just it don't really matter. We do it all. People say, when you going to quit and retire? I say, probably never. You know, as long as the Lord let me work, I'll probably be here working.
I've been trading with Danny at Mountain View Auto Repair for about 20 years. I've always been very happy with his work. It's very easy for me to talk with him. He doesn't talk down to me. He explains it in a manner that I can understand.
Most of my customers are like friends here. You know, I've known them so long, and I count them as, most all of them as friends to me.
Remember, when you want honest, reliable service, put Mountain View Auto Repair under your hood.
This program is also brought to you by Long Street Cafe, now with 2 locations in Gainesville, 1043 Riverside Terrace and 405 Pearl Nicks Parkway. Open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Monday through Saturday. Long Street's got the reputation for Gainesville's fastest drive-through and the best fried chicken you'll ever sink your teeth into. Plus veggies, a full salad bar, and great desserts. Check today's menu at www.longstreetcafe.com. Call a friend and meet them for a hearty meal at Long Street Cafe, where they put the home in the cooking.
There are moments in life that you wish would last forever. Dreams that really do come true. Treasures worth protecting. And a future to prepare for. Turner Wood & Smith is with you every step of the way. Established in the Gainesville area in 1905. Turner Wood & Smith has become Northeast Georgia's largest independent insurance agency by offering professional service at competitive prices. Turner Wood & Smith, insuring your future since 1905.
Oh, by the way, from that last segment, Cowboy Andrew Mills, mixed martial arts, also competes in mounted shooting. He came in with his boots and spurs on, said he was going to go ride horses after this, hence the nickname, Cowboy. In volleyball, North Georgia Christian advanced out of the State Sweet 16 into the Elite 8 of their Independent Christian Schools of Georgia-Alabama League. Lady Chargers won in 4 sets over Grace Christian Academy. Time now to name our Athletes of the Week. Cross country this week, and both region champs. For the male athlete of the week, Brandon Lawson of North Hall for quote-unquote the race of his life, and the female West Hall's Taylor Long. We'd like to recognize the Hall County delegation of Special Olympic athletes, their coaches, bus drivers, and all the chaperones who attended the state fall games in Dalton. Hall County brought home 5 gold, 2 silver, 3 bronze medals, as well as 4 fourth-place ribbons and 1 fifth-place ribbon. Congratulations to all of our winners. And finally, at Riverside Military Academy this past Sunday, it was a gathering of coaches from over the 50-plus years that have all worked with legendary coach and teacher Jim Lofton, who was my coach at Jefferson High School and who coached here in Hall County at East Hall and at North Hall. For more than 2 hours, we all shared some stories from our days with Coach Lofton, and then we had some great barbecue ribs and banana pudding to top it all off. As for Coach, well, he said the gathering was like having his family with him. Coach Lofton, we think of you the same way. You taught us a whole lot more than just football. That's our show for this week. I'm Garry Glenn. Join us next week right here for more All County Sports. All County Sports is brought to you in part by Green Ford on Browns Bridge Road in Gainesville. Check out the latest deals. And remember, when you go Green Ford. By Mountain View Auto Repair, a full-service shop for all of your automotive needs. Call Danny at Mountain View Auto Repair at 770-535-7278. And by McKelvey Road United Methodist Church. Visit us on McKelvey Road in Oakwood.